Boom. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, everybody, what's happening? Good to see you guys. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm glad to be here. This is a call, basically a webinar that I wanted you guys to do. I wanted to do for you guys because I think it's important. Tim's been doing it for 4 years. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. So this is ARIIX Advanced Leadership Call, webinar, whatever you want to call it. And I know it's called the marketers stuff, but I just think more of like leadership and because I think that's really where we need to be hitting. And again, I'm not the know-it-all guru, but I can tell you I do know a few things. And first off, I want to do is appreciate you guys coming out. And the other thing is say special thanks to the man himself, Tim Sales. And it was about 2008 where he says, like, turned around on a jet ski and says, "Why don't you move to Florida, man?" And I did. And the rest is kind of history, right? And so the rest is history on that deal. And we ended up a few years later basically creating ARIIX in a lot of ways. And so it's pretty crazy that that's what happened. Okay, good. All right. So I want to give special thanks to Tim, plus him stepping out, and making it happen with, deciding to come out of retirement, like putting his income got destroyed. I mean, everything, from his other company. And so doing all that and then just setting the pace, creating things out there, with his 3X, he's working on some other things, he and Laura, and just, putting it out there, traveling around with me a few different places. And so it's been exciting, and there's a lot of more things happening here. And so I just want to talk to you guys about where you're at in the business, like where you're at, what's going on, and, where are you going to be in 2 years, 3 years, even 5 years from now? Where are you going to be? You have to think about that. What do you want to do? Because some of you could be in a place where, maybe you hit a rank in the rank, but your bank account's not exactly where that rank is, right? You can't take your rank to the bank, I often say. But, I could be a chairperson and you could be making, a bigger title than I have, but I might be making more money. Or you could be making a certain title and maybe you hit that and you're not where you want to be, but you can see the vision. You got to taste it. And that's normally where most of us are at, right? And so what I want to challenge North America, and you guys specifically, everybody out there, specifically in North America, is, where are you going to go? Where do you want to go with this business? And what do you want to do? And I want to give you some perspective, all right? I want to give you some thoughts. Now, Stefan was so cool to say, congratulations, So I'm almost embarrassed to make this slide, but it's like, how did I become #1 earner in USA and top matching bonus increase? I've done that. It's 2 times I got that one. But how did that happen? By the way, I say it's very temporarily, just so you know. I mean, you're as good as your last paycheck, I guess, right? So I didn't set out to be the #1 income earner in the USA or whatever. And by the way, it's like a narrow margin, you make something like that. So, but it's pretty cool. But what's the real story there? Well, for about 4 years, I was Mr. Fourth Place. In other words, they would give out the awards, and I don't even remember. I mean, come on, they're changing them now to the power ranking, right? But I was #4 for income, which was enterprise, #4 for matching bonus. I guess that's prosperity. #4 for ambassador, which is like enrolling. And I think there was one other one. And I don't even remember what else. But I had like 4 of them. And I was 4th place like every year. I was like, oh, here's another 4th place, I don't even get a bronze trophy or nothing. But I would say to you that it's consistency, right? And I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I built my business a little different. I built deep. Some people built wider. And so, so everyone, I don't know if I muted everybody. I hope so. Let's make sure I did that. Sorry. You guys are good. So, being 4th place, what did I do, right? What did I do? I looked at my business, and my business was set up where I re-entered down under my pay line right? I didn't go wide. So if you go wide, just think about it. You have to build another line to 13,334. Well, if you re-enter, you have to build 2 legs. However, in my opinion, the way I built, from my background in a binary, I thought, wow, you know what? There's going to be a point where the income position bonuses stack up, and that volume hits up your lines, right? So what I would try to do is optimize as quick as possible and then re-enter and then start building. I didn't, and that's basically where I'm at. And so I was able to, through that, now catapult my income because just the way it is. Plus, I've solidified my income by re-entering under myself, right? So that's long term. Plus, it hits more people's businesses and things of that nature. That's just my philosophy. I talked to Fred Cooper a while back, and he said if you want to earn the most long term, it's going to be with re-entry positions. But you'll make more money faster, henceforth, Mr. Fourth Place, by going wider. But I'm not saying you couldn't go wide and out earn. You can still do it, right? I'm not knocking that at all. I just know the way I built it, and that's what's happening. So that's kind of like where I was at, but it's consistency. So I looked at that. I looked at my business, and then I'm going to tell you really the secrets. Really, one of the things is I decided to hit the road, right? I hit the road and became like a platinum. Gosh, that trip right there was crazy. That's actually in Rotterdam. Of course, I'm always staying close to a Starbucks wherever possible, just letting you know. And so, and I love Rejuvenex, but you can't drink Rejuvenex in the morning and enjoy it. I don't know. It's one of my things. I'm not giving up some coffee, so that's the way it works. I did that. And, one of the secrets to the business, the whole secret to the business, in my opinion, isn't a duplicatable system, because we can all outgrow those. And duplicatable systems are what you're always looking for. Rarely figured out perfectly ever. And everybody doesn't fit in the same box. So to say there's a simple duplicatable system, I had systems that I used, and I still do now. I have things that I do, but it's the consistency of actually getting people to look at presentations. That's what you got to do. And so, my secrets are building the relationships with the people. And these are all great people. Up on the top left, that little gal there in the middle, Cynthia. Well, you know what? She has connected into RUI, connected into all of Europe, and she did that. She was the contact. Then I jumped in there, and I was working with the leaders, helping them overcome any problems they had. Right? There's John McCarty. He's his own leader. I'm not going to jump down and tell John McCarty how to build his business, but I'm going to try to help him. And he did a lot of it on his own anyways. He did most all of it. Right? Are you kidding me? But whatever I could do to maybe help him. Right? Maybe it wasn't much. Same thing with James. Same thing with Sandra. Sandra's over there building. I'm traveling over to Northern Ireland, and we're doing presentations to small teams as we're getting started. We're going around throughout the UK and making things happen. This is us a couple months ago in Las Vegas. Stefan thought I was breathing down his neck all the time. I was just trying to say, hey man, we got to set the pace. We got to get moving, right? So. And then, building Crossline, right? Building them and supporting people at other events, and just building relationships with people and making goodwill with others, that do things maybe a little different than you, or maybe they do the same things similar. Maybe you can just learn from them. Like, I've got a picture there of, James and Becky, myself down there, and that was in Estonia, traveling to Finland. And all of this, that's us, Lynn and I in Hawaii. That's all of us in Fred and everybody, and Jeff Boyle, Indiana. That's us having a little bit of a day. We have like a rare break.
Hey, Steve, we don't see your screen.
Oh, you don't?
No.
For how long?
Actually, I see it.
Oh, you do? Maybe I'll stop and I'll start again.
Your slides.
Yeah, I was able to see his slides, and
I don't see any.
I see them again now.
You see them now, Rick?
No.
Well, it's because I kicked you out, man. You didn't know that?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe everybody else sees them or no?
Yeah, Terrence says he sees them. Marilee also.
I don't know. Maybe you just got to come in and go back out or something. I don't know, man. Hope that helps. But all of these, and let me know, I don't know what else I could do. I'm not going to be able to do much other than say, hey, you know, I didn't work at Dell because I was a technology guy. Not at all. So saying all of this is really the key to the business is you find good people and then you help them figure out whatever it is. And that might not be you doing presentations for them. They might already know how to do that. That might be you just getting barriers out of the way. That might be you talking to the owners and saying, well, we got to get this fixed and we got to do this, we got to do that. Hey, how can I help you? Going over and meeting them, you know? And so I would strongly suggest if you have teams of people, even if there's like 5 or 6, and they're over in another country and we're doing an event in Europe, that you go there. Like if you're going to have teams on the other side of the United States, go and see them. Yeah, it's not always convenient. Yeah, it costs money. Yeah, this and that. But you know what? That's how you build long-term relationships with people. And, you know, you want the people ultimately. The secret really is to get your people to then go and meet with the company, right, and have the company owners and those types of people build the relationships. And when you're in these events, don't just be there watching like, oh, okay. Make sure the right people are talking. Like if I'm there and I have Deanna and Fred, I don't let them get caught up talking to someone who's like at the lowest level in the business. You know, they'll talk to those people, but I'm making sure that they're at dinner with the key leaders, that those two are sitting there, that I'm not doing all the talking, that they're building the relationships. I'm sitting in the back. I'm on relationships with WhatsApp every day with these folks and that kind of thing. So I don't need to be sitting there interjecting in all the conversation. Okay, I just need to know, I want those people talking to each other. So if we're at a dinner, we're doing a dinner and you've got to be freaking strategic about it. And do it so that those people are getting to know each other and that they are now on WhatsApp with the owners and they are now talking. And now you can actually get out of the picture. And it's not that you don't want to be in the picture. It's just that you don't need to be. And why would you need to be, right? If your ego needs to be in the picture with every single move that everybody's doing, you're going to drive yourself crazy, right? So I wouldn't do that, okay? So you build the relationships just like your team. You talk with them, you learn about the people, you go hang out with them, you do fun things together. And when the corporate folks come and they're doing, you're doing meetings or something like that overseas, you make sure that they get to know each other, that they spend time with this person. And if they don't know who they're supposed to talk to, you're the one that's supposed to tell them what to do. And you need to be freaking like on that. Like you can't screw that up. Like I was sitting there, I'm going to give a big example. I was at a dinner, I was in Italy, and someone started talking a whole bunch. They were down there, and I said, hey, listen. I went up to him, I said, hey, I know, it's kind of rude, right? It's not rude. I said, hey, listen, man, like just listen at this meeting, right? Just listen. Let these two people, if you want to have residual and stuff, let these two people, like Fred and the local leader here, let them bond, let them talk. Right? And if you can support it in any way, do it. Other than that, you're not the center of attention. Okay? Okay? That's what you want to do. And people will appreciate it if you do it in the right way. If you do it with a purpose. You don't just say, you don't walk down and say, hey man, would you shut up? But I remember there was a local, like one of the, whatever, it doesn't even matter who it was. They were talking and they were carrying on. I said, listen, that's cute. No, that's great. Right now we need these people to get to know each other. That's it. So that's kind of like a thing I would think of that maybe you might not think of when you're there. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps. Does that help you guys? I don't know. I hope so. Not. Well, maybe it will. So really, how is your business doing? Like I was talking about it earlier, where do you want to be, but how is your business doing, right? And this is pretty crazy that we have 11 folks on this call, right? 11, right? And this call is going to get so good that everyone's going to want to be on it. And I'm telling you straight up, you have to sit there and ask yourself this. And I got really a challenge for you, right? And the challenge is this, okay? ARIIX is currently at doing they did like 4 million last week, the week before. So if you go look at that 4 million a week, and you just got your little phone out, right? And you just basically did you just like 4 million, okay, across the whole company, right? 4 million, do it on your little calculator, times 52 weeks. We're on pace for 208 million if we did that, and it'll probably increase, right? We may not be doing that every week. So the company's goal was to be around 200 million this year. And, what I would say is I've seen this change differently in the past. I've been doing this stuff for like 17 years, okay? And this stuff meaning network marketing, meaning that I started and I didn't know anything in 2000, 2001, but I got to be a part of a company that is now a billion-dollar company. And I got to be a part of that company when it was around 120, 130 million, which is pretty much like where we're at now, okay? So everyone wasn't doing the same thing. Everything wasn't perfect. They even had stuff that I don't even remember why we had some of those products, right? It doesn't even matter, okay? But the whole thing is what you focus on is what you can get. And, to hit 200 million would be great. But you know what? I think it sucks. I'm going to tell you straight up, I think it's lame as hell. And I don't think it's even something we should shoot for. What I think we should shoot for is something much bigger, because if you shoot for 200 million like we did last year, we missed it. You're probably going to go underneath it, okay? I mean, that's not trying to be negative, but sometimes we don't hit it. So if you don't hit it at something that's really impressive, okay? And so for us in this company, I'm going to give you something that you could do to show it, all right? It's going to take more than just us 11 on here. We're going to have to get other people to help us do it. But this is what can happen. And my target would be 500 million, right? So that would be about $10 million a week in sales. So what would it take? So everyone going after this target, because to do so, your whole life will change like you've never seen it before. I'm telling you right now, your whole life will completely change. So 200 million is great, but 500 million, hitting $10 million in sales across the company per week is definitely possible, okay? But what's it going to take? What's it going to take? So what's it going to take to do it? And how can you help? How do you help do this? Well, right now, whatever title you're at, double your business. So if you're at a president level and you're really making $3,000 a week, right, base commissions, get to chairperson. That's $6,000 a week. Double your business. It's every single one of us. When every single one of us double our business, we would basically get that number. We would blow right past $208 million. And let me tell you, this is important, and a lot of you guys aren't taking this serious, and I don't really know why not, because you're kind of crazy. You're kind of silly for not. And so what would it take for you to double your business? This means that everyone here, has to get back into prospecting mode, okay? You got to be going and talking to people, 5 to 10 new people a day, getting people doing that. You can't tell your teams to do it if you're not doing it. And if you just get back to the simple basics, keep it simple. Get eyeballs on your presentation. Get people watching your videos and following up with them. Getting them to become customers. Doing that, all right, yourself. Do it yourself and quit training everyone else to do it. I just sponsored somebody. I'm sponsoring another person this week. I've got a couple more that are coming, and I'm not even giving my full effort on it. You know what? I'm going to step it up. My effort on this thing is not even close to being what it takes to actually double my business, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing this all the way heading towards September, which is our next big event. We have some events this weekend. We have some other events coming up. We have an event in May in UK. I would highly recommend you going to that just to see how they do things. It's great. And plus you get to go to the UK. You could probably dip down to London and check it out. And that would be changing your whole life, et cetera, okay? But what are you going to do for the next 7 months, okay? I'm going to talk to you about that, okay? And what you need to do to double your business. Start writing it out. What else could I do? What can I do here? And let me tell you why it's important, because it's not because you're making the company 500 million. It's because if you're the one doing this, I'm going to show you what the things that can happen to you, okay? And big time. And I don't think a lot of people understand the Founders Club. There's only 4 founders in the U.S., and the U.S. business is something that is going to get huge, all right? It's going to be big. It's going to be one of the biggest businesses around, and you want to be right in front of that. And you know what? If you are a founder, you can become a founder in multiple markets. You can be double founder, triple founder. I don't know. You can become quadruple founder. And I was talking to Mark, and I was like, Mark, if we were at $500 million and the founders, what kind of payout? He goes, well, let's just imagine that they were all similar payouts. It depends, right? But here's what he said. Be an extra $500,000 besides your income to get there, right? Be an extra $500,000 to $1 million a year, right? To be plus a year. Now there'll be other founders in, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. You should be doing anything you can to become the founder of Canada. There's nobody really in Canada building. There's a little bit. Not like I've seen it. Not like I saw in USANA. I just said a word. Who cares? I was in the company. I saw Canada was one of the biggest markets. French Canada was like one of the hugest. Okay, and throughout Western Canada, it was big, top leaders. And if you become one of those top leaders, making $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 a week, and you're doing it in that market, this is going to be you. And then you're going to have something substantial in those markets because Canada is a substantial market. Okay, North America is as well, right? But think about this. Once you're in, you're not kicked out of this thing. You're not going to not make it. You're still going to get a big part of this dividend every year for the rest of your life. So you should be going crazy to get this. This is like hitting the freaking lotto, right? My gosh. And we have the people that already built $2 billion. Mark was part of a company that's now $1 billion. And then he's part of USANA, part of $1 billion. And so was Fred, and so was Jeff. I mean, Fred ran the whole company. Okay? He pretty much ran the dang whole company. And he's an owner here. He already knows this is going to happen. Okay? Our company's got the license going in China, all of these things. But in the United States, this thing, hardly anyone's ever even heard of ARIIX. Okay? Canada, same thing. Okay? So it's our job to do this. Mexico, same. So it's right in front of you. The reason I'm there is I was Mr. Fourth Place for 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and I was calling prospects. I was doing the things that make money, okay? I wasn't, doing motivational talks and all this stuff or whatever. I don't even know what that is. All I did was work. I worked with what makes money, and that's what I'm going to tell you straight up if you're a leader here on this call. This is what you need to be doing because the Founders Club's here, and if you're already in the Founders Club, we'll get another Founders Club if you want, okay? There'll be more. And you want to be responsible. So if I was you and I knew that this was there, 500,000, maybe you can't even fathom that's a lot of money. That's an extra $10,000 a week. $1 million, that's $20,000 a week. Wow. Plus your check. Come on, guys. All right. So the next founders, if I was you, I'd be running down. This is a picture of Braveheart chasing across the battlefield, man. Like if I was you, that's what I'd be running for it. I'd be going at it. I would be taking the no's. I would be getting to, oh my gosh, I'd be getting stood up at meetings. I don't even care. I would be calling people till I fell over. Okay. That's what I would be doing if I was you to become a Founders Club member. And everyone looks for momentum. Well, you know what? Momentum is when everyone else is standing still, you're moving. What's your momentum, right? You get into momentum. You get your 5 to 10 contacts a day. You do that. Oh, that's a lot of work. I don't want to. Dude, a lot of work. $500K to $1 million extra a year in your freaking business for being in the Founders Club. Give me a break, right? Break a nail. Let's go. Get after it because you can do it. And you know what? It starts with you inspiring others by doing it, okay? If I'm sponsoring Elite Packs and Ultimate Packs, why aren't you, okay? If you are, keep doing it and do more. Say, you know what? I could get one more going here. What else? Who else could I talk to? And figure it out, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of a strategy here for some Facebook Live stuff, some Facebook groups, and what you could do, and some of the things that you're going to see from me if you're part of my groups, where you're going to see from me over the next, 7 months. And we just started it this week, and it's already going crazy. The frequency, if you could do Facebook Lives, I would tell you to do them daily if possible. Quit worrying about all the other people that are doing them, and some of them aren't that good. I hear people, people do the dumbest ones and all that. I'm like, at least they're doing it, right? Right? At least they're freaking doing it. So here's some tips, okay? I'm going to give you some tips, but daily if possible. Now, you could take people on different journeys. Now, I don't know if you know, but Facebook basically wants to take over all live video, take out Periscope, And it's better because you can start to even, to do these, and you can do it in a way that's not overly selling all the time and that kind of stuff. You could do it on lifestyle. You could take a health journey. Like, what is that? It doesn't sound exciting. What would that look like? You could say, hey guys, you know what? I decided that I'm going to start. By the way, if I was on social media, I would probably leave off the company name of products, the company's name and things, and start creating some curiosity so people find value in what you're doing, and then they're interested in it. And you may not even like to do it. I don't like to do it. I don't even like to do the webinars, right? Like all the time, right? So what? That's part of the deal. You do it. I do like doing this stuff. It doesn't bother me one bit. Actually, I do like doing it. Just letting you know. But getting in front of sitting in front of your iPad and like talking in front of it, it's kind of weird. But I mean, you know what? It's the way you do it. That's what happens. You can do it on your phone or whatever. So Facebook Live, you can't do it on your computer. You got to do it through your phone. All right. And you got to do it through an iPad. That's why an iPad's pretty cool, because it's bigger. It's pretty cool to do it on. And daily if possible. So let me tell you about like what a health journey could look like. You could say, hey guys, let's say you're starting new or you're just starting over on something and you want to do something. You can say, hey, maybe you call it something like, like New Year's, maybe you start now, resolutions part 2, okay, how many people fell off the resolution wagon? I know I did. So, hey guys, I'm going to be covering, cancel. I don't know. Can you guys, what happened here?
We're good, Steve.
Okay. Hold on. Something jacked up. Sorry.
You got us excited, my friend.
Okay, good. Sorry, man. Something popped up on my computer, then I hit it, and everything went crazy. Don't ask me. I just make it happen. All right, so here's what you could do with this. I'm just giving you ideas to start thinking like a marketer. It's okay to be a marketer in network marketing, okay? And you can do it without spending $1, okay? You can do it without, making yourself into some crazy thing and getting all perfect and all this stuff, right? Okay, so let's do a health journey one. So if I was doing a health journey, what would that look like? It would look like common sense stuff. So here's what I could do. I could go like this. I could say, you know what? Hey guys, man, I looked down at my stomach and dude, I need to drop a few pounds. What the heck? So I'm going to start this. I'm just going to kind of take you along with me. Hope you can deal with it. And so join me on a Facebook. I'm going to do a Facebook Live of what I'm doing here in about 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, then you come on and you say, hey, you know what? I don't know if you're like, he's like, hey, I'll cover the format of it, but these are the things you could talk about, right? So don't try to talk about everything in one live, okay? You could take, maybe you're in 3X, or maybe you're doing Slenderize, or maybe you're doing Jove, or whatever you're doing, all right? Whatever which way you want to go. But let's just take Slenderize. And let's just say you even looked at the Slenderize booklet, right? Okay? You just said, okay, one thing I learned, or let's do one from like 3X. A lot of people have done that. They like some of the stuff in there, right? They like I like everything in there. But let's say you learn some things about drinking water. Maybe you used to eat peanut butter and now you're changing it up, right? So you could say, hey, I just started on something, I'm starting on something. So, wish me luck. I'll check back with you guys. And you can say, hey, one of the things I started doing yesterday is started drinking more water. And man, do I have to go pee a lot. Like it could be funny, right? And you're like, but you know what? I looked at it. I thought I was drinking a lot of water, but I was only drinking like 4 glasses a day. And what I found out is that, when I doubled that or whatever, when I went to like 10 glasses of water, 8-ounce glasses of water. And by the way, make sure you're drinking spring water, because the other one is like, I don't know, dead water. I don't even know what that means. It just doesn't sound good to me. So you can talk like that. That's how people talk, right? Don't get all technical on people. No one wants to hear that. If you can do it, cool. But you could do it just like, make sure you're drinking spring water, because it's just better for you. It doesn't have all the toxic chemicals in it, and it has more minerals and things like that. So it's just better for you. You can just do it like that. So you can say, hey, so one of the tips is drink more water, right? And so you could show yourself drinking water. Maybe you even have the Purity water bottle, but you take it and you hide the Purity with your hand and you drink it. Now I have really good water. I've been using this water filter. It's pretty awesome. So you put it down, right? And you say, hey, And so you talk about that. Maybe the next day you talk about the peanut butter versus like walnut butter, and how the omega-6, you learned about omega-6, there's too many in peanut butter or something like that. You don't want to be out of whack. And so it's better to eat this one, right? And, or you could, maybe it's a week into it and you lost 7 pounds. So here's a couple of things I changed. I stopped eating peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Here's what I did. Maybe you don't like peanut butter. I started eating more vegetables. I used to eat I thought I was eating a lot of greens. Turns out, iceberg lettuce, it wasn't cutting it. So I changed to this and this. Little tips. Say, these are some things you could do. You could throw it in your lunch as you go to work, whatever. You guys get it? That could be taking them through. Then maybe after a week you say, hey, you know what? Hey guys, I'm down 10 pounds in the last, 12 days. Been crazy. And I've been doing some things with the water, as you mentioned. Also been using some products, and I found a really cool shake. Most shakes you take, they're terrible. It tastes like chalk, and they're full of garbage. Well, I found one that's actually probably the cleanest shake on the market, and it tastes good. Hit me up on Messenger if you want to learn about that and some of the other things I'm doing. Boom. Now I can create conversations in Messenger, right? So you start talking. And by the way, when you do a live, my advice is not to sit there and go, hey guys, because most people watch on a replay, right? So don't sit there and go, hi guys. Oh, hey Mike, I'll be on in a minute. I'm coming on. Because if I watch a replay, I don't even watch it because I start seeing that. I'm like, dumb. Now some people just go through it. But I think you should start right away. I think you should just start right away, and people can watch the replay. They're going to be able to watch the replay because you're going to capture their interest in the first seconds. If you don't capture their interest in the first seconds, you're pretty much over, okay? So start talking right away. Don't wait for an audience to build. Most people watch the replay, don't want to watch you sitting there waiting, looking weird. It's uncomfortable. So this is the format for any video, and I learned this from Ray Higdon, and it just makes sense. The guy has done thousands of videos and with his blog, and his blog actually makes money, and so does all his videos. So do his videos because he follows a simple format, right? And so yours can do the same, because this is what you can do. So you state your name. Say, hey, this is Steve Swartz, and always say it. Don't talk to everybody. Don't say, hey everyone, this is Steve Swartz. No, you're talking to one person. Just imagine you're talking to one person. Okay, this is how you can do your video. Right? You just look at the camera and you say, hi, this is Steve Swartz, and have you ever wanted to learn how to drop weight without killing yourself at the gym? So you ask a question, and so then you can provide some content. Well, one of the things I learned is you need to drink more water, blah, 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 blah. Second thing I learned is this, and you go into it, and you can say, I used to drink this kind of water. I used to drink these crinkle bottles, but then someone told me that. I looked it up, and if you drink these crinkle bottles, it kills your testosterone for 6 hours. What? Who needs that? I don't need that, right? And so you can do like that. So you give your content, and maybe it's a few minutes, maybe, and then you provide, so you ask a question, then you provide the answers to the question. That's your content. That's how long you do it. And at the end, you can say, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you're getting value out of this, please share it with people. So you tell them to share it, like it, comment below. And if you want to know specifically what I'm doing to drop 12 pounds in the last 10 days, hit me up in Messenger or email me here or call me here, whatever. Give them a call to action. Any video you do that you don't do a call to action, you're really freaking lame, because guess what? The people want more from you. If they've already watched it to that much, they're going to want more information from you. Give them a way to get a hold of you. And guess what? People will. And and then what you can do with this video, save it so make sure you have it so it saves to the camera roll. That's in your settings. If you don't know how to do that, go Google how to do that. Save it to your camera roll, then get a Gmail account, then make a YouTube channel and upload the same video to YouTube. Okay? It's a little tip, all right? And so then you can start making a YouTube channel, right? And maybe it goes nowhere. But if you follow the training that Rui did the other day in Las Vegas, then you could make your YouTube channel really kick butt. Now you got two different things. You didn't spend any money on it. You did two different things, and you made it happen, okay? Listen, just get it going. Just start it. This whole waiting for perfection thing, I'm guilty of it, but I don't even care. You don't have to be perfectly scripted. Just have your ideas. Maybe it's not always perfect, but if you follow the format of state your name, ask a question, provide content that answers the question, and then don't maybe give everything away, right? I probably wouldn't. So I wouldn't go into, you know, you could show a picture of the drops and say, you could show like, man, these products right here, not even show them. Like I could cover it. I don't know if you guys can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? No? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So if I had, let's just say these are the drops, right? I was looking to see if I have some around here. So if these were the drops, I could say, so you can't see it. I would say, and I've been using this secret little stuff. Dude, it's crazy. I was like, it makes you so you're not even hungry. Hey, hit me up in Messenger if you want to find out exactly what that is, and I'll be looking forward to talking with you. Bam, right? Create a curiosity. Guys, it's right in front of you. And then if people in your team, and then teach your team not to sit in there and be like, ARIIX #1, ARIIX, woohoo, woohoo, ARIIX, woohoo, slender eyes. Teach your team not to do that. When they do it, say, hey, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but don't do that. Okay? Comment, support it, but don't name the company, please. All right? Okay. So because what you're trying to do in those situations is create curiosity. Okay? Okay. All right. So is that helpful? Anybody have any questions on this part? Facebook Live. I'll do one more about groups, and then we're gonna be pretty much be done here.
It's good to me. Good stuff.
Okay, good. Groups. Facebook groups are amazing, and there's a resource called Cinch Share, CINCH Share. I know it's a resource to help you manage different groups. I don't even know how to use it yet, but I know that it works for people that have a lot of groups, okay? That's a pretty terrible testimonial. But that's something that helps you manage groups. Now, here's what I think. So we have our different groups. You guys have different groups for your teams, and that's fantastic, okay? But what you got to start doing is getting those groups engaging. You got to get those groups going, all right? And test this strategy through September, okay? And if you want to do it in my group, I'm going to be kicking butt in the group that I'm in, the market leaders. I'm going to be kicking butt in that thing. By the way, my kid stole my new water bottle, so that's why I'm drinking out of this thing. By the way, this is how you would show a water bottle, right? Like instead of showing Starbucks, right? If it was ARIIX, just hold it and say, this water bottle, dude, it's crazy. You could pee in it and drink it. You could say something like that, right? It's like, you know, it takes all the chemicals out, whatever, right? And so you're not showing it. Okay, so the groups, Facebook groups. Have a schedule. So this is what I'm going to be doing, Sunday night coaching call. I'm planning on making that a conference call, but it may be a webinar. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to tell everyone, okay, submit your questions at 8 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock it starts, okay? And so and if someone starts saying, well, I answered the question at 9:30. Sorry, I said 8 to 9, okay? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cover what they want in that. Motivation Monday, I'm going to have a leader do this call. I know I had mine on there in my face, but we're going to put it in the group, and we're going to have someone do either probably a Facebook Live, give them some access to the group. So sometimes you got to make someone an admin and then allow them to be able to go live. And it's also a chance for you to coach a leader if they don't know how to do a live. You can coach them up on it, okay? And you can practice with them, all right? Boom, now you got them a new skill, okay? And now they're training your team. And you just, if they don't know what to say, then say, listen, you know what to do. And so find some people that are proven already to do that so that you're not doing all these. You think I want to do all these things? No way, man, that's crazy, right? So plus then it becomes like the Steve Swartz show, and that's not what you want. You want other people stepping in and stepping up. So you guys can even participate in these with me because I'm going to be reaching out to different leaders. But this is a way you could do it. So maybe you're like, Steve, I got my group. I'm good, right? So no problem. Sunday night coaching call, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock. Submit your questions. And then the top leader can do that, okay? One of the top leaders. Motivation Mondays, Monday motivation, okay? Have someone do that in the morning. Tuesday, team training. Put some training in there. Maybe there's something that you've read about network marketing, or maybe there's something that maybe you wanted to share with them. Hey, get the concepts about this video, or there's something in there that they could learn about, right? Or maybe you shoot a quick video, you go over something, and you help them like learn something. So that's team training. You can do that, put that in the group for people to watch. And so what you're doing is you're not trying to get everybody on everything, but what you're working on doing is starting to teach people that this is the schedule, and that if they attend, what if everyone in your team was a part of one of these things? Then that would be really cool, right? And so Tuesday night, leadership focus. Do a conference call, freeconferencecall.com, and grab a leader and say, floor is yours, tell your story, and, give some leadership advice, okay? Bam. So you're creating more leaders. More people are getting value. People are starting to get to know different people. They're getting different perspectives. It's not just you doing it. Wednesday night, ask anything live. Wednesday during the day, sorry, I should say day. Ask anything live. You go. And, and so you do that. And you answer any questions that people have from 12 to 1. We did it today. It was pretty awesome, actually. I believe. I don't know. I mean, I did it, so maybe I think it was awesome. But I think other people liked it. Okay. Now, I'll come back to the Thursday night opportunity. But what you can do on Thursdays and Fridays, Thursday night you can do an opportunity. I think you can even do an opportunity Facebook Live. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that, but I'm working on that. And I may create a separate group that is for prospects. So I really don't want prospects inside of my my main group where I'm talking to all the team members. I don't want that. I would rather have them off in a group that is supporting, supporting ARIIX, right? ARIIX information. And we have people in there with their stories about the business, about the products, that kind of stuff. And I think you can still do a Facebook Live. I'm going to do a Facebook Live opportunity webinar. And I'm like, don't even have it totally figured out how I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to do it because I think it can be very, very effective. And then I'm going to work on also doing a closing, and I wouldn't call it that, but like, Q&A, something like, ask, a Q&A where your prospects could get on there on the live, and we could answer their questions for them and help them get started. Okay. That's something I'm going to do as well. So to keep stuff cool, what you can do is throw in some little pop quizzes. I'm going to do this. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do these on this week. And you could do like 1 hour of pop quizzes, right? And you could be like, all right, whoever answers the question, whoever answers these questions the first is going to get a point. And the one that gets the most questions right the first is going to be the ace of the week. And you can just feature them in something. There's no big prize, but people like this and they get competitive about it. And so you could be like, okay, who's the CEO of the company? Boom. You could be like, what are the first 3 generations? How do you get paid? Like, bam. What's the 6 steps to the inviting formula? And you could just, like, as soon as the questions, people start answering them, you can put in more, and then you go through and you got to count it up. And then you say, hey, Stefan is the ace of the week. Way to go, Stefan. Like, boom. And so everyone like gives Stefan kudos, that kind of thing. Also, you can do, hey guys, I just want to take you back. Throwback Thursday could be, hey, what was your first event you ever went to? You got pictures of it? Post your pictures on this post, and then people can start posting their pictures. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, remember that time? Remember that? Remember when we were over at the Mandarin Oriental bar? Oh my gosh, remember when we were hanging out in Hong Kong? Oh wow, you know what I mean? So like that can be pretty cool. You can do that. And what that does is helps create retention, gets people excited about that, okay? And so those are some different things. But I think you can run an opportunity group for ARIIX. I haven't done that yet, but I'm working on that. I think that could be something very, very cool. Because you can do opportunity webinars and things like that inside of a group, right? And with Facebook Lives, and that'll really help because it makes it real. And so I think adding this in is something that can be very, very valuable for you, okay? Now, okay, so any questions on that? Nope.
Nope. All good.
All right, guys. Events. Let me tell you something. So in ARIIX, we've had events in the U.S. We had a couple different conventions, and then the company's like, until we get some bigger things going on, we are going to be doing, make sure I got it checked. Okay, good. No problem. See you later. Awesome. Okay, so events. I want you to think about where we're at, and creating the culture within the company is really up to the leaders to do. The corporation is not their job to put on events. Okay, eventually they will do it, and you don't want to wait till the events get this big. I've been in conventions like this; they're huge, and what you want to be thinking of right now, they're not. The last event we just did in Las Vegas had about 220 people. There's been bigger events, but people said it was one of the best events they've ever been to, like the most content. And it's a business training. And we as reps want to put on those trainings for you guys because we want to be building this and creating this culture where we do events, where we come together, because doing the events, like the most important part of the events is the networking at the events. Yeah, the training's great, but you get to know people. You get to find out who's in the company. And that is ultimately where the relationships, the bonds, the friendships, and how the company grows its culture, right? And so what I want you guys to be thinking about is this kind of events coming for our company. This will be an event like this. These will be the conventions for our company. And you want to be the person putting these people in the events. Like, you want to be the person here, and this is your team. All these people are in your organization. That's what you want. You want to be filling the stadiums with your team. And it's going to take you getting back, fighting for that Founders Club deal, right? Getting after that, pushing this company, doubling your business in the next, the next 10 months to the end of the year, doubling it, pushing yourself to get to our next event in Las Vegas. And, that's why I decided, we're going to do these events. We had 225 people. I said, we're going to have 1,000 people in the event in September. And you want to increase your income. Each person you get to that event is worth $1,000 in your income going up. It's been proven, okay? $1,000 for each person that you get to the event, okay? So just because that person sees it, it's not you telling them, they get their own feelings and that. So this is what we're building to, and we need to get building towards it. And so that's why, Jeff and I and his wife are putting on this next event in Las Vegas. And what we need from you guys is testimonials. I mean, anything that you could do, make a little quick testimony. It can be a rogue video. It can be like you sitting there just recording on a phone and saying, guys, I was at the last event and really need to pump for September's event, because when you have 1,000 people in the room, it's going to create a lot of energy, belief, and we're bringing the heat. I'm letting you know we're having a disco party. Let's be real. We're just having a party. It's going to be fun, and we're going to do that for sure. But that's on Saturday evening. But we're going to do the 8th, the 10th. I'm going to do a VIP day, most likely. We're going to do a separate VIP day for those people that want to dive deep with Ray Higdon like the last time. We're probably going to do something like that. That hasn't been set in stone, but that's the idea we're going to do now. And I've got Simon Chan from MLM Nation coming. He's not a threat to, he's not building a company. But he is going to do something. We're going to do some kind of contest where you could actually be featured on his show, or if you're not, a six-figure income earner yet, you're going to be featured on a simulcast about how you won the top prize for the event, okay? So that's pretty cool. That can generate leads for you. You want that to happen, okay? And so we're going to bring him, and he's a good friend of mine. I actually trained him how to kick butt in the business way back in the day, okay? So that's Las Vegas, 8 to 10. It's going to be the Golden Nugget, most likely. Again, I think we're 100% we're on that. And we're going to have a disco party and have fun. Deanna's going to be there. Mark Wilson's going to be there. Lynn Allen Johnson. We're going to have a founders panel. We're going to have a women's panel again, a millennial. And more people are coming from Europe. So you want to be at this event. We've already sold more tickets than last time, than the amount of people that came last time. So this is it. Our target, not $200 million. Our target's $500 million. Go and grab a piece of this. Double your business. Get busy, and let's make it happen. I'll stick around for any questions you guys have. And I appreciate you guys coming out for this webinar. And spread the word, because we're going to keep getting these better. I'm going to do one on social media. I'm going to do another one on, just whatever topic you guys want me to talk about. I will get in there. But, from building strategies to whatever, okay? And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want you guys to pass me up. Let's make it happen. All right. Anyway, you guys have any questions? Let me know.